Hi there everybody, and welcome to another video. On today's video I am going to check the fault codes for this Mercedes C180. This is a w203 2004, and basically I have an engine light on at the moment. Sorry, put it in. So engine light is on, and we're just gonna check what might be going on here. So I'm using this tool here. This one is a Launch 5001. It's good for reading engine fault codes and looking at live data, but it's not really good for any other stuff like airbags and any other systems as such. So for engines it's okay. So if we have a look at here, it says there are some fault codes in there. Read the codes, and it's showing me 7 codes, and that one says current, so it's saying P0141 O2 sensor, heater circuit, bank 1, sensor 2. And what is the next one here? The next one is a P0138, and it's showing the same kind of fault there. Number 3, P0036, heater control circuit, bank 1, sensor 2. P0136, sensor circuit, back 1, sensor 2. Number 5 is the same, that's a pending one, so same as the first one. P0141, pending, same as the other one, and pending as well, same as the other one, P0136. So clearly we have a problem here with bank 1, sensor 2. So if I go back, we could have a look at the data stream here and view all items. So perhaps we can see what the sensor is doing. I think I will get a second-hand sensor for this. I had a same issue with one of these before, and it was the sensor. So let's have a look at this data here. I want to see what the sensor is doing. So oxygen sensor output voltage, bank 1, sensor 2, 0.465 volts. So that is reading 0.4 volts, and I think that should be fluctuating a little bit more than that. I think a lot of people may find this a bit annoying. Let's peel it off, and can see a little bit better. Then I have oxygen sensor voltage, bank 1, sensor 1. That one's fluctuating a little bit, seems a little bit more alive. Even though that voltage seems a little bit high, but but at least it's doing is kind of moving up and down. So in any case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a second-hand sensor here for what's happening here. But anyway, I'm gonna get a second-hand sensor and I will check those values again. Hopefully we can diagnose these and see what's going on. I think I know it's definitely this bank 1 sensor 2. So there's only one bank in this car, and you have the sensor that is before the cat and the sensor that is after the cat. So this is referring to the sensor which is after the cat, which is a little bit easier to access. Just have to get the car up and get that sensor out. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so I'm just using this other launch machine just for now, and pretty much have the same fault codes as the other machine, but a slightly different P0138 sensor downstream, short circuit positive, and self-adaptation of mixture formation, heating of component, sensor downstream, just different fault codes there. So I can actually, as far as I remember, I can delete all of these. I'm going to delete them now because I've got I got a sensor now that I'm going to replace, and we'll see how we get on with that. Before I was getting those fault codes back straight away. The engine light takes a little while to come back, but so read fault codes, and okay, that one's coming back. That one's not deleting at all. Heating of component G3/102 sensor downstream. So, and the fault code P0141. So let's have a look at let's see if we can see the actual values. Maybe lambda control there. Heating capacity reduced, it says on that there. 02 sensor heater before TWC. And downstream, similar, but that one's reading what the other machine was reading, basically around 0.4 volts. And the upstream one is again pretty much the same. So what I will do is I'm going to change this one here, and then we can come back to these values and have a look if there's any difference, and also if we can get rid of the fault code. So actually the engine light is remaining on. It didn't quite disappear, so let's hope that we can actually fix something here. Now, so technically the upstream sensor is the one sitting there. and the downstream sensor is the one sitting underneath. So that's the one I'm going to have a look and change. Looking at the car from underneath, we just want to remove this cover to get access to the wiring and to the sensor. The sensor is there and the wiring sort of goes around there. So we're going to take this cover out. I'll just take it out, just a few 8mm screws around it. Okay, so here's the sensor. It goes from there, just on these clips here. Somebody one time pointed out that you should check for any cuts on the wire here if it's not causing any shorts, which was a good point. And then you can take it out here, and then what we need to do is unplug this from there. So just pull it out, but I don't want to pull it with one hand. And then you're gonna need something like a 22mm, well, it's definitely a 22mm, to loosen this sensor, which is gonna be hard. And we have to be careful. One time on another car, this got damaged. So at the moment the car is hot, the exhaust is hot, so technically that should help a bit. But I may need to bang it a bit with a hammer or something. But I'm going to spray a little bit of WD-40 as well. So let's disconnect this sensor. Just need to lift these two little flaps on the sides to pull it out. Funny enough, that's got some oil in it. I don't know how that has got oil, but it has. So we're going to clean that as well. Right, let's make sure there's no oil in there when we connect the new sensor. Okay, now I kind of soaked that a little bit. It can be pretty hard to remove, so I'm just gonna get my spanner on that way round, and I'm gonna hook another spanner at the bottom of this one. That's gonna give me some extra power there. Okay, that kind of worked. That loosened the sensor. And once the sensor is loosened, it will come out fairly easily. Just be careful if your exhaust is hot. So let's take it out. I did soak it with some, it wasn't exactly WD-40 I soaked it with this other one here. Water displacing penetrant with PTFE. So that worked quite well. Got the new sensor there. Let's put a little bit. Okay, got my new sensor. I just applied a little bit of copper grease around the thread there. And we can fit that new sensor in there. Hopefully it's going to be working. Sometimes the parts that I buy from eBay are broken and I have to send them back. But it's not something that is unexpected. I mean, they are second-hand parts and they can sometimes be faulty. So no one's fault, it just happens. It just takes longer. Right, let's tighten that. And we can fit that in here. So make sure that is clean. This can only go one way, by the way. It will not fit in a different way. So here we are. Let's run the wires through here. And that's it. Before I put the cover back in here, I will check the values and see if I can delete the fault code. Okay, got the car running. So check the fault codes, heating of component, and let's try and clear that. Okay, switch the ignition off, but that's already gone off, but we'll see if it comes back as it did previously. Just have to wait 10 seconds. Get the ignition on and press OK. So technically, so no fault present. So that is good news. And let me get the car started. No engine light. And let's just check the actual values here. See what the upstream, downstream are doing. So let's check at the downstream. That's a faulty one. So we just need to give it a few seconds until it technically starts working. Having said that, let's check this other one. Right. That one's so it takes a few minutes for these sensors to start actually operating and fluctuating. But so far, no engine light, and that is good news. So it may be that actually the problem wasn't exactly with the fluctuation, but more to do with the heating element of the sensor. That's one of the reasons why I wasn't really, many people might suggest to remove the sensor and clean it, but I'm not gonna waste my time cleaning it because the fault codes were showing that the heating element had a short in it. So that's not going to, cleaning it is not going to solve the short. So that's what I get on other cars. I get the heating element is broken, and when that happens, the fault code comes up, the engine light comes up. All right, so now that started working. Heating capacity controlled. So let's have a look at the other one then. Well, this one is reading the same, not much fluctuation. I would expect it to start fluctuating at some point. Let's see if there is any focus coming up, no focus present. Well, all in all, that is good news. So we'll wait for a bit and see if that starts fluctuating a bit. Okay, I let the car run a little bit while I was fitting the cover underneath, and as you can see now, the voltage has changed, and we have heating capacity controlled. It's been running for a little while now. Still no engine light, so happy days. That should fluctuate when I accelerate the car. And it does. So that is good news. We now have a working sensor there. This other one is lambda control is on, heating capacity controlled, and is working as it was before. So that's it really. I think for now we fixed this problem to do with the O2 sensor engine light on. So if anything, I hope this video helps. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.